I am Prof.L.B.Gayakawad, who is talking today on the subject. The subject is on the teachers. Remember, the topic of the discussion is teachers' characters and contributions. Remember, today we are discussing about the teacher's character and contribution. You know, we are going to see all the contributions, means responsibilities, the duties of the teachers. Nowadays, the roles, the duties, and the responsibilities of the teachers have been very much important. And that's why I have taken this subject for the discussion. And I know that you will share it very much. So with this, I will start. Remember, I will discuss with you about the qualities of the teachers. What is actually the teacher? What is the teacher? What is his character? And what should the teacher do for his students? Because we know the teacher is the backbone, the pillar of the societies, and he can develop the students very nicely, and he can build the generation very nicely. That is the important point. So I will discuss the first point, and the first point is the teacher should be inspiring to students. Remember, the best role of the teacher is inspiring to students. Now remember, inspiring means what? I will say inspiring means to develop with heart the students. If the mind of the teacher is very pure, I will say the mind is very sacred. If the mind is really interesting to build the student, then that teacher is called the inspiring teacher. So the teacher should be the inspiring teacher to the students. Because nowadays the students are not studying at homes. They are going to the schools and colleges, but actually they are not doing the studies properly. That is the proper thing which I want to discuss here. And that's why the teacher should be inspiring to students. That is the most important point. And if the teacher does this inspiring to the student, he can build up the best education, the best contribution with him, and he can build his own contribution and nation building, and he can be the popular hero, a model of the students, and he can be the real pillar. That is the important point. My next point is organizing personality. Remember, the teacher should be the organizing personality, means he should organize some programs for the students. Because if I will say because the students don't know what they should do in the class. Because the parents are interested in their duties. The parents have gone on their duties. That's why the parents have no time to look at their children, and that's why the main role and responsibility of the teacher comes there. And that's why I will say here that the teacher should be the organizing personality. This teacher should organize some programs for the students. He should organize some quizzes for the students. He should teach the poem, and he should teach that poem to the student by giving them the synonymous words, by giving them opposite words. He should give them some homeworks in the class. In this way, this teacher should be the organizing personality, because the parents of the the parents of the students have no time to look at the students, their children, and that's why here I will say that the role of the teacher becomes very much important, and that's why the teachers should be the organizing personalities according to me. The next point I have taken here for the discussion is that the teachers should be tuition managers. Remember, tuition managers. I am using this quality of the teacher for this purpose, that the tuition is the counseling. Counseling, I will say. If there is the particular counseling, I will say that the student will be persuaded by the student. And that's why the teacher should be a tuition manager. He must manage his tuition. He should take the class, the topic again and again. He should take some extra periods for his students. He should not make any kind of monotonous mood on adjusting the extra periods. He should manage the extra periods, because these extra periods will be very much important for the welfare of the students, and that's why here I will say the teacher in the class, the teacher in the school, in the college, in the university should be a tuition manager. Though he is the professor, though he is the school teacher, though he is the junior college teacher, he is not the teacher. He is not the professor. He is the tuition manager. He should manage the tuitions for the students. He should find out some new topics for his students, and he should provide those topics to his students. In this way, he should be a tuition manager to his students. That is the important point which I want to tell you. The next point I have taken for the discussion is model for students. Remember, the students develop their characters by seeing the models of the teachers, the roles of the teachers, the duties of the teachers. If the duties and roles and characters of the teachers will not be influencing, will not be impressive, then it is quite possible that the students will not be shaped properly, and that will be really very much damage to the society. And that's why this teacher should be the best model for students. He should dress properly. He should have the hair cutting properly. He should have the makeup, I will say, properly, or he should have the shirt and everything properly. Means he must have the particular uniform, and that uniform will be a very much interesting thing for his students, and that's why this teacher will be the best model for his students. Remember, model, I am telling you, model means he must tell some new stories to his students, because the new stories will improve the character of the students, and the students will come to the study, and they will take interest in study if this teacher is telling them the stories of his predecessors, of his patriots, of his heroes, national heroes, or I will say the international heroes. If he tells like that, then definitely the students will become very nice in his life. Then I will tell you the next quality of the teacher, and that is the experienced and trusted advisor. Remember, nowadays it is very much rare point on the part of the teachers that the teachers are not the experienced and trusted advisors. So the teachers must be the experienced and trusted advisors to the students. They should advise very I will say very nicely. They should advise the students with trust, means their advice must be trusted, must be faithful, means where means at the place where the students will check that advice must be always the correct advice. The advice should not be the wrong advice to the student, and so that's why I will tell you the teacher should be the trusted advisor. My point is that the teacher should be an assessor to students. Assess means, remember, assess means he should be the best personality of evaluating the students, because what he has taught to his student, he must or he should evaluate those students very nicely. That is the important point I will tell you. So he should be the teacher of the evaluation, and he must evaluate his students with the particular behavior, with the particular marks, with the particular characters. Means he must not develop his students only on the basis of the marks, but he must make them the models for the society. That is the point which I want to discuss. The next point I will tell you is that the teacher should be, or the teachers should be, the main of discipline. Remember, if there is no discipline in the character of the teacher, in the body of the teacher, in the behavior of the teacher, in the dream of the teacher, in the walking of the teacher, then I definitely tell you that there will be no impact on his students. So the teacher should be disciplinary teacher. When this teacher will be disciplinary, then all the students will listen to him very carefully, and with the influence of his discipline, they will take that point seriously, and they will go to the point, and they will study nicely in the class. So the teacher must be the disciplinary character according to me. He must be a resource provider. Remember, every teacher must be the resources provider, means he should provide some new resources to the students, because nowadays the students are not known to the I will say resources, and so these teachers should provide the resources to the students. That is the important point, and so this is very important. And then I am telling you the last and best point is that the teacher himself should be the best student and learner. If the teacher is not the best student and learner, then definitely I will tell you that the teacher cannot make or will not make the best effect on his students. And that's why I say the teacher must be the student and learner. With this, I will stop here, and I hope that you will share my videos here and there with your friends. With this I stop. Thank you very much.